Hiba Jaya Jaya Gaur Sande Aratika Shobha Hiba Jaya Jaya Gaur Sande Aratika Shobha Jana Vitatavani Jagamanaloba Jana Vitatavani Jagamanaloba Dakine Tayachan Bamigarahara Kine Tayachan Bamigarahara Nikate Advaita Shini Pasachatadara Nikate Advaita Shini Pasachatadara Boshi Ate Gora Chan Rakna Simasane Boshi Ate Gora Chan Rakna Simasane Arati Korna Brahma Hari Devagane Devagane Narari Ari Kori Chamaradulaya Narari Ari Kori Chamaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Bashu Go Sharigaya Sanjaya Mukunda Bashu Go Sharigaya Shankar Baji Ganta Baji Baji Karatala Shankar Baji Ganta Baji Baji Karatala Madhuran Mandanga Baji Paramarasala Madhuran Mandanga Baji Paramarasala Bahu Kotri Chandra Jini Varanajubala Bahu Kotri Chandra Jini Varanajubala Gala Deshe Banamala Kori Jamala Gala Deshe Banamala Kori Jamala Shiva Sukhanarada Preme Gada Gada Narada Gada Gada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Kora Sampada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Kora Sampada Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pasaya Bhutale Shmate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ite Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane Nivishesha Sunyavari Pasachaschisatarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paracharya Sri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paracharya Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namakoti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Namatari Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Mr. Keho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Veta Gadhar Sri Vastagur Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai. Sri Radha Krishna Gopina Samakun Radhakun Girvam Ki Jai. Vrindama Dhamma Ki Jai. Mathura Dhamma Ki Jai. Nadwipi Dhamma Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dhamma Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Yangamaya Ki Jai. Gangamaya Ki Jai. Samvita Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Nrsingadev ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki.
That's not how it works. I just push buttons.
Good enough. Don't spend it all at once. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your hands and feet inside the lines the duration of this ride. What? Huh? Oh, yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Huh? No. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Oh, I think I see someone on the video here. Uh-oh. There's trouble. Hare Krishna. Oh, can we, get the camera to face this way? Yeah, we see trouble on the video right now. Hare Krishna. There we go. Oh, don't we usually have a smaller? Don't we use the other stand? Is it not there? Let's go get it. Go get it. It's okay, Prabhu. So yesterday we ended the Bhagavad Gita. We're starting a new, all the way at the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita today. And today I would like to go through and read the introduction for tonight's class. The introduction, there's just so much nectar in the introduction alone. So we're going to start with the opening prayer. Mandasya Gyanya Janya Shalakya Shakrumita Nina Tasme Shigurave Namaha Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitamina Bhutale Swayam Rupakara Mayam Datiti Swapatitikam. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Gunam Vaishnavascha Shri Rupa Sagradetam Sahagana Raghunanavitam Tasajivam Savetam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lita Shri Vishkashkasvistamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatana Goswami, as well as Raghunath Das and Raghunath Bhatta and Gopala Goswami, as well as Raghunath Das and Raghunath. I'm sorry, I lost my place. Gopala Bhatta and Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with Vaitya and Charya, Kadhar, Srivasa, and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, along with their associates, Sri Lalita and Vishaka. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bando Jagapate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute. Oh, my dear Krishna, you're the friend of the distress and the source of creation. You're the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Tapa Kanchana Garangi Radhe Vindasvaspare Vispanu Sute Devi Pranamame Hare Priye. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Vishbanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Vancha Kalpatarubhasyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaya Evascha Patitanam Bhayo Vaishnavayo Namo Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like the desire trees, and who are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasudeva Gaur Bhaktavinda. I offer my obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasa, and all the others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Introduction. Yes, Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada considered this forward and preface to Bhagavad Gita significant too, because the forward was a recommendation by a professor from the University of Chicago. So this gives his Bhagavad Gita academic relevance.
Yes, thank you. So the introduction here.
The forward's on before the introduction.
The forward's it before the introduction? Where's that at?
Page 9.
Page 9?
It's page 9 of Roman numerals.
Oh, Roman numerals.
Let's see, the first prose of the Bhagavad Gita. First forward, then the preface, then the introduction. Preface is given by Srila Prabhupada.
See if I can find that.
Go to the very beginning of the book.
Forward. I found forward.
That's it.
Okay. Said,
It's just
he said page 9. I see page 8. Oh, wait a sec. Page 9. Oh, the preface.
forward is before the
There we go. Okay. I see what you're saying now. Sorry. So forward. The Bhagavad Gita is the best known and the most frequently translated of the Vedic religious texts. Why it should be so appealing to the Western mind is an interesting question. It is a drama, for it is a scene of two great armies, banners flying, drawn up opposite one another on the field, poised for battle. It has ambiguity, and the fact that Arjuna and his charioteer Krishna are carrying on their dialogue between the two armies suggests the indecision of Arjuna about the basic question, should he enter battle against and kill those who are friends and kinsmen? It has mystery, as Krishna demonstrates to Arjuna his cosmic form. It is properly complicated view of the ways of religious life and treats of the paths of knowledge, works, discipline, and faith. Gornitai ki jai. And the interrelationships problems that have bothered adherents of other religions in other times and other places. The devotion spoken of is a deliberate means of religious satisfaction, not a mere outpouring of poetic emotion. Next to the Bhagavata Purana, a long work from South India, the Gita, is a text frequently quoted in the philosophical writings of Gaudiya Vaishnava school. The school represented by Swami Bhaktivedanta as the latest in the long succession of teachers. It can be said that this school of Vaishnavism was founded or revived by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 1486 to 1533 in Bengal. And that is, it is currently the strongest single religious force in the eastern part of the Indian subcontinent. The Gaudiya Vaishnava school, for whom Krishna is himself the supreme God and not merely an incarnation of another deity, sees bhakti as an immediate and powerful religious force, consisting of love between man and God. Its discipline consists of devoting all one's actions to the deity, and one listens to the stories of Krishna from the sacred texts. One chants Krishna's name, washes, bathes, and dresses the murti of Krishna, feeds him, and takes the remains of the food offered to him, thus absorbing his grace. One does these things and many more until one has been changed. The devotee has become transformed into one close to Krishna and sees the Lord face to face. Swami Bhaktivedanta comments upon Gita from this point of view, and that is legitimate. More than that, in this translation, the Western reader has the unique opportunity of seeing how a Krishna devotee interprets his own texts. It is the Vedic exegetical tradition justly famous in action. This book is then a welcome addition from many points of view. It can serve valuable textbook for the college student. It allows us to listen to a skilled interpreter explaining a text which has profound religious meaning. It gives us insights into the original and highly convincing ideas of Gaudiya Vaishnava school. In providing Sanskrit in both Devanagari and transliteration, it offers the Sanskrit specialist the opportunity to reinterpret or debate particular Sanskrit meanings, although I think there will be little disagreement about the quality of the Swami's Sanskrit scholarship. And finally, for the non-specialist, there is a readable English and devotional attitude which cannot help but move the sensitive reader. And there are the paintings which, incredibly as it may seem to those familiar with contemporary Indian religious art, were done by American devotees. The scholar, the student of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and the increasing number of Western readers interested in classical Vedic thought have been done a service by Swami Bhaktivedanta by bringing us a new and living interpretation of texts already known to many. He has increased our understanding manyfold, and arguments for understanding in these days of estrangement need not be made. Professor Edward C. Dimmock, Jr., Department of South Asian Languages, Civilization, University of Chicago. That's very nice. Prabhu, would you like to read the page 3 introduction? Yeah. You got a book?
I have it on my phone.
Okay. Microphone?
Introduction?
Yeah, the introduction on page 3, starting at Bhagavad Gita, is also known as Gita Upanishad.
Oh, God, my knee.
Okay. Bhagavad Gita is also known as Gita Upanishad. It is the essence of Vedic knowledge and one of the most important Upanishads in Vedic literature. Of course, there are so many commentaries in English on the Bhagavad Gita, and one may question the necessity for another one. This present edition can be explained in the following way. Recently, an American lady asked me to recommend an English translation of Bhagavad Gita. Of course, in America, there are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita available in English. But as far as I have seen, not only in America, but also in India, none of them can be strictly said to be authoritative because in almost every one of them, the commentator has expressed his own opinions without touching the spirit of Bhagavad Gita as it is. How many paragraphs?
Do the next paragraph and we'll take it from there.
The spirit of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita itself. It is just like this. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the directions written on the label. Excuse me. We cannot take the medicine according to our own whim or the direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the directions on the label or the directions given by a physician. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is, directed by the speaker himself. The speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Sri Krishna. He is mentioned on every page of Bhagavad Gita as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. Of course, the word Bhagavan sometimes refers to any powerful person or any powerful demigod, and certainly here Bhagavan designates Lord Sri Krishna as a great personality. But at the same time, we should know that Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as is confirmed by all great acharyas, spiritual masters, like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka Swami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and many other authorities of Vedic knowledge in India. The Lord himself also establishes himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Bhagavad Gita, and he is accepted as such in the Brahma Samhita and all the Puranas, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Bhagavad Purana. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Therefore, we should take Bhagavad Gita as it is, directed by the Personality of Godhead himself.
In the 4th chapter of the Gita, the Lord says, Imam Vishvasvate Yogam Puktavan Aham Avyayam Vaivashvan Manave Praha Manur Ish Vakave Bhavet Evam Param Para Praptam Imam Rajasaya Vidu Sa Kalina Heya Mahata Yoga Nasta Paratapa Saivayam Mayate Dayat Yoga Prokta Prutatna Bhaktosi Me Sakta Chete Rashayam He Itad Uttamam. Here the Lord informs Arjuna that the system of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, was first spoken to the sun god, and the sun god explained it to Manu. and the Manu explained it to Ishvaku. And in that way, by succession, one speaker after another, this yoga system has been coming down. But in the course of time, it has become lost. Consequently, the Lord has to speak it again, this time to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He tells Arjuna that he is relating the supreme secret to him because he is his devotee and his friend. The purport of this is that Bhagavad Gita is a treatise which is especially meant for the devotee of the Lord. There are three classes of transcendentalists, namely the jnani, the yogi, and the bhakta, or the impersonalists, the meditator, and the devotee. Here the Lord clearly tells Arjuna that he is making him first receiver of a new paramparam, disciplinic succession, because the old succession was broken. It was the Lord's wish, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line of thought that was coming down from the sun god to the others. And it was his wish that his teaching be distributed anew by Arjuna. He wanted Arjuna to become the authority and understanding of the Bhagavad Gita. So we see that Bhagavad Gita is instructed to Arjuna, especially because Arjuna was a devotee of the Lord, a direct student of Krishna, and his intimate friend. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is best understood by a person who has qualities similar to Arjuna. That is to say, he must be a devotee in a direct relationship with the Lord. As soon as one becomes a devotee of the Lord, he also has a direct relationship with the Lord. That is a very elaborate subject matter, but briefly it can be stated that a devotee in a relationship with the Supreme Person of Godhead in one of the 5 different ways. 1. One may be a devotee in a passive state. One may be a devotee in an active state. One may be a devotee as a friend. One may be a devotee as a parent. One may be a devotee as a conjugal lover. Arjuna was in a relationship with the Lord as a friend. Of course, there is a gulf of difference between this friendship and the friendship found in the material world. This transcendental friendship, which cannot be had by everyone. Of course, everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord. And that relationship is evoked by the perfection of devotional service. But in the present status of our life, we have not only forgotten the Supreme Lord, but we have forgotten our eternal relationship with the Lord. Every living being out of many, many billions and trillions of living beings has a particular relationship with the Lord eternally. That is called Sarupa. By the process of devotional service, one can revive that Sarupa, and that stage is called Sarupa Siddhi, perfection of one's constitutional position. So Arjuna was a devotee, and he was in touch with the Supreme Lord in friendship. Someone would like to take up the next? Would you like to do the next? Or would
How Arjuna accepted this Bhagavad Gita should be noted. His manner of acceptance is given in the 10th chapter, 12. Arjuna vacha param brahma param dhamma pvetram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam harideva majam babum. 13. Ahustvam rishaya sarve devarshir naradastata asito devalo vyasa swayam chaiva pravishime. 14. Sarvam etad ritamanye yanmam vadasi keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidur deva nadanavaha. Arjuna said, "You are the supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier, the absolute truth and the eternal, divine person. You are the primal God, transcendental and original, and you are the unborn and all-pervading beauty. All the great sages like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyas proclaim this of you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the gods nor demons, O Lord, know thy personality. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verses 12 through 14. After hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Param Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Every living being is Brahman, but the Supreme Living Being, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the Supreme Brahman. Param Dhamma means that he is the supreme rest, or abode of everything. Pavitra means that he is pure, untainted by material contamination. Purusham means that he is the supreme enjoyer. Divyam, transcendental. Adidevam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ajam, the unborn. And Vibhum, the greatest, the all-pervading. Now, one may think that because Krishna was the friend of Arjuna, Arjuna was telling him all this by way of flattery. But Arjuna, just to drive out this kind of doubt from the minds of the readers of Bhagavad Gita, substantiates these praises in the next verse when he says that Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not only by himself, but by authorities like the sage Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasadeva, and so on. These are great personalities who distribute the Vedic knowledge as it is accepted by all acharyas. Therefore, Arjuna tells Krishna that he accepts whatever he says to be completely perfect. Sarvami tadvritam manye, I accept everything you say to be true. Arjuna also says that the personality of the Lord is very difficult to understand, and that he cannot be known even by the great demigods. This means that the Lord cannot even be known by personalities greater than human beings. So how can a human being understand Sri Krishna without becoming his devotee? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in the spirit of devotion. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a very great personality. Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, at least theoretically, according to the statements of Bhagavad Gita or the statements of Arjuna, the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita. We should therefore, at least theoretically, accept Sri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita because it is a great mystery.
That's very nice. Would you like to read the next one?
Yeah. Just what is the Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the nescience of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways, as Arjuna also was in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna surrendered unto Sri Krishna, and consequently, this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us is full of anxieties because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal, but somehow or other we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which does not exist.
Out of so many human beings who are suffering, there are a few who are actually inquiring about their position as to what they are, why they are put in this awkward position, and so on. Unless one is awakened to this position of questioning his suffering, unless he realizes he doesn't want suffering, but rather wants to make a solution to all suffering, then one is not to be considered a perfect human being. Humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. In the Brahma Sutra, the inquiry is called Brahma Jigyasa. Every activity of the human being is to be considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the Absolute. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering or where they came from and where they shall go after death are proper students for understanding the Bhagavad Gita. The sincere student should also have a firm respect for the Supreme Personality Godhead. Such a student was Arjuna. Lord Krishna descended specifically to reestablish the real purpose of life when man forgets that purpose. Even then, out of many, many human beings who awaken, there may be one who actually enters the spirit of understanding his position. And for him, the Bhagavad Gita is spoken. Actually, we are all followed by the tiger of Niscience. But the Lord is very merciful upon living entities, especially human beings. To this end, he spoke the Bhagavad Gita, making his friend Arjuna his student. Being an associate of Lord Krishna, Arjuna above all ignorance, but Arjuna was put into ignorance on the battlefield of Kurukshetra just to question Lord Krishna about the problems of life so that the Lord could explain them for the benefit of future generations of human beings and chalk out the plan of life. The man could act accordingly and perfect the mission of human life and perfect the mission of human life. The subject of the Bhagavad Gita entails some comprehensions of 5 basic truths. First of all, the science of God is explained, and the constitutional position of the living entities, jivas. There is Ishvara, which means controller, and there are jivas, the living entities, which are controlled. If a living entity says that he is not controlled, but that he is free, then he is insane. The living being is controlled in every respect, at least in his conditioned life. So in the Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter deals with the Ishvara, the supreme controller, and the jivas, the controlled living entities, prakriti, material in nature, and time, the duration of existence of the whole universe or the manifestation of material nature, and karma, activity, are also discussed. The cosmic manifestation is full of different activities. All living entities are engaged in different activities. From Bhagavad Gita, we must learn what God is, what the living entities are, what prakriti is, what the cosmic manifestation is, and how it is controlled by time, and what the activities of the living entities are. Out of these 5 basic subjects in the Bhagavad Gita is established that the Supreme God, or Krishna, or Brahma, or Supreme Controller, or Paramatma, you may use whatever name you like, is the greatest of all. The living beings are in quality like the Supreme Controller. For instance, the Lord has control over the universal affairs, over material nature, etc. As will be explained in the later chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, material nature is not independent. She's acting under the directions of the Supreme Lord. As Lord Krishna says, Prakriti is working under my direction. When we see wonderful things happening in the cosmic nature, we should know that behind this cosmic manifestation there is a controller. Nothing could be manifested without being controlled. It is childish not to consider the controller. For instance, a child may think that an automobile is quite wonderful to be able to run without a horse or another animal pulling it. But a sane man knows the nature of the automobile's engineering arrangement. He always knows that behind the machinery there is a man, a driver. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is a driver under whose direction everything is working. Now the jivas, or the living entities, have been accepted by the Lord, as we will note in the later chapters, as his parts and parcels. A particle of gold is also gold. A drop of water from the ocean is also salty. And similarly, we are living entities being part and parcel of the Supreme Controller, Isvara, or Bhagavan, Lord Sri Krishna, have all qualities of the Supreme Lord in minute quantity, because we are minute Isvaras, subordinate Isvaras. We are trying to control nature as presently we are trying to control space or planets, and this tendency to control is there because it is in Krishna. But although we have a tendency to lord it over material nature, we should know that we are not in the Supreme Controller. This is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Someone like to take up the next paragraph?
What is material nature?
Microphone.
Explain Gita as inferior prakriti. Inferior nature. The living entities is explained as the superior prakriti. Prakriti is always under control, whether inferior or superior. Prakriti is female, and she is controlled by the Lord, just as the activities of a wife are controlled by the husband. Prakriti is always subordinate, predominated by the Lord, who is the predominator. The living entities and material nature are both predominated, controlled by the Supreme Lord. According to Gita, the living entities, although parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, are to be considered Prakriti. This is clearly mentioned in the 7th chapter, 5th verse of Bhagavad Gita. Aparayam vitvastanyam. This Prakriti is my lower nature. Prakritim vidhi me padam jivabhuta mahabhoho ietam autorite jagat. And beyond this, there is another Prakriti, Jiva Bhutam, the living entity. Prakriti itself is constituted by 3 qualities: the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance. Above these modes, there is eternal time. And by combination of these modes of nature and under the control and purview of eternal time, there are activities which are called karma. These activities are being carried out from time immemorial, and we are suffering or enjoying the fruits of our activities. For instance, suppose I am a businessman and have worked very hard with intelligence and have amassed a great bank balance. Then I am an enjoyer. But then, say I've lost all my money in business, then I'm a sufferer. Similarly, in every field of life, we enjoy the results of our work, or we suffer the results. This is called karma. Isvara, the Supreme Lord, Jiva, the living entities, Prakriti, nature, eternal time, and karma, activity, are all explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Out of these 5, the Lord, the living entities, material nature, and time are eternal. The manifestation of Prakriti may be temporary, but it is not false. Some philosophers say that the manifestation of material nature is false, but according to the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, or according to the philosophy of the Vaishnavas, this is not so. The manifestation of the world is not accepted as false. It is accepted as real, but temporary. It is likened unto a cloud which moves across the sky, or the coming of the rainy season which nourishes grains. As soon as the rainy season is over, and as soon as the cloud goes away, all the crops which were nourished by the rain dry up. Similarly, this material manifestation takes place at a certain interval, stays for a while, and then disappears. Such are the workings of Prakriti. But this cycle of working is working eternally. Therefore, Prakriti is eternal. It is not false. The Lord refers to this as my Prakriti. This material nature is a separated energy of the Supreme Lord, and similarly, the living entities are also the energy of the Supreme Lord, but they are not separated. They are eternally related. So the Lord, the living entity, material nature, and time are all interrelated and are all eternal. However, the other item, karma, is not eternal. The effects of karma may be very old indeed. We are suffering or enjoying the results of our activities from time immemorial, but we can change the results of our karma or our activity, and this change depends on the perfection of our knowledge. We are engaged in various activities. Undoubtedly, we do not know what sort of activities we should adopt to gain relief from the actions and reactions of all these activities, but this is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita. The position of Ishvara is that of supreme consciousness. The jivas, or the living entities, being parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, are also conscious. But the living entity and material nature are explained as Prakriti, the energy of the Supreme Lord. But one of the two, the jiva, is conscious. The other Prakriti is not conscious. That is the difference. Therefore, the jiva Prakriti is called superior because the jiva has consciousness, which is similar to the Lord's. The Lord's is supreme consciousness, however, and one should not claim that the jiva, the living entity, is also supremely conscious. The living being cannot be supremely conscious at any stage of his perfection, and the theory that he can be so is a misleading theory. Conscious he may be, but he is not perfectly or supremely conscious.
Very nice. Would you like to take the next one, Barbara?
The distinction between the Jiva and the Ishvara will be explained in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord is Kshetragya, conscious, as is the living entity, as is the living being. But the living being is conscious of his particular body, whereas the Lord is conscious of all bodies, because he lives in the heart of every living being. Because he lives in the heart of every living being, he is conscious of the psychic movements of the particular jivas. We should not forget this. It is also explained that the Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is living in everyone's heart as Ishvara, as the controller, and that he is giving directions for the living entity to act as he desires. The living entity forgets what to do. First of all, he makes a determination to act in a certain way, and then he is entangled in the acts and reactions of his own karma. After giving up one type of body, he enters another type of body, as we put on and take off old clothes. As the soul thus migrates, he suffers the actions and reactions of his past activities. These activities can be changed when the living being is in the mode of goodness, insanity, and understands what sort of activities he should adopt. If he does so, then all the actions and reactions of his past activities can be changed. Consequently, karma is not eternal. Therefore, we stated that of the 5 items, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, time, and karma, 4 are eternal, whereas karma is not eternal.
Very nice. The Supreme Consciousness, Ishvara, is similar to the living entity in this way. Both the consciousness of the Lord and that of the living entity are transcendental. It is not that the consciousness is generated by the association of matter. That is a mistaken idea. The theory that consciousness develops under certain circumstances and material combination is not accepted in the Bhagavad Gita. Consciousness may be provisionally reflected by the covering of material circumstances, just as light reflected through a colored glass may appear to be a certain color, but the consciousness of the Lord is not materially affected. Lord Krishna says, Maya Ayachina Prakriti. When he descends into the material universe, his consciousness is not materially affected. If he were so affected, he would be unfit to speak on transcendental matters as he does in the Bhagavad Gita. One cannot say anything about the transcendental world without being free from materially contaminated consciousness. The Lord is not materially contaminated. Our consciousness at the present moment, however, is materially contaminated. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that we have to purify this materially contaminated consciousness. In pure consciousness, our actions will be dovetailed to the will of Ishvara, and that will make us happy. It is not that we have to cease all activities, rather our activities are to be purified, and purified activities are called bhakti. Activities in bhakti appear to be like ordinary activities, but they are not contaminated. An ignorant person may see a devotee is working like an ordinary man, but such a person with a poor fund of knowledge does not know that the activities of the devotee of the Lord are not contaminated or impure, conscious of matter. They are transcendental to the three modes of nature. We should know, however, that at this point our consciousness is contaminated. Yes, I like reading through this introduction every once in a great while, because there's just so much nectar just in the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita alone, And so tomorrow we'll continue with the introduction before we start with the first verse. But there's just so much nectar in the introduction, and so many people never actually read the introduction. And I just wanted to take a couple days to go through it nicely, and it's always just so much nectar in it. Yeah. But thank you for your time. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Huh? Yeah. One of these flower thingies? Let's see here. Yeah, you could probably take one of those garlands. Yeah. Yeah.
Haribo.
Don't be afraid to wear it.
Oh.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Have a good night.
What you doing, Prabhu?
Good Prabhu. Cleaning utensils.
Huh?
Cleaning utensils.
Wait, let me see.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh God. Oh no. Dude.
I don't.
Yeah.
Krishna made me do it.
Jamavati Sutta just touched my foot.
Oh wow. Jai. Yes. Prabhuji's sandal is with me. I'll bring it whenever I come.
Okay, Prabhu.
See you soon, Prabhu. See you
See you
on
soon.
Sunday.
Okay, bye.